smothered shrimp and crab okra gumbo tonight on You Can't Tell a Fat Man Nuthin is absolutely freaking amazing. You gotta follow along how to make this dish, because shut your mouth and run me like a river. Ooh, we on day 2 now, if you're still with me. Now we got our shrimp stock all done. As you can see how pretty this is, about 6 cups in here. Now the rest of them I put in containers like this and put in my freezer for later. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 6 cups into my gumbo pot or Magnolite pot. Now this shrimp stock is kind of potent, so I'm going to put 6 cups of water to match that. So equal parts shrimp stock and equal parts of water into my pot. Now I'm going to add a little bit more water. Hold the line. So I got 6 cups of water and 6 cups of shrimp stock. Got my fire on about between medium and high heat. All right, so as you noticed, I also did put, this was in my freezer. I'm gonna use this one first. This is my last okra, but I did my okra last night also. Put them in quart-sized bags, put them in my freezer so I can use them whenever I want, when I need some smothered okra. So I'm gonna do 2 of these bags. I'm making a big pot of okra gumbo. And put that inside there. So I'm gonna freeze some of this. That way, when I have a busy night, I can just take this out and thaw it out and just heat it up and put some fresh shrimp or crab in there if we've eaten all the shrimp and crab. At least my base is already made. Aha, that's smart, right? So let's get this in here. And then we're gonna let this heat up and we're gonna stir it all around and get that okra and that juice all mixed in together. And then I'm gonna season it next. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some white onions to put in here, because I want to put some fresh onions in here, all right? So I'll be right back. All right, so I have all of my okra and water and shrimp stock all mixed in together. It's nice, it's heating up, it smells good. I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 onions. I did a white onion and a yellow onion, only because I like the difference. And I also did 3 little small cloves of garlic, fresh garlic, because I had it on hand. Remember, you don't have to use the things that I'm putting in my gumbo. You can use whatever you want. Use what you have. And then I'm gonna go ahead and season up my water on my stock. And so I'm going to use 1 cap of liquid shrimp ball or crawfish ball, whatever you want to call it. And then I use my regular seasoning. McCormick Seasonal is one of my favorites. My parents use this, that's why I use it. Remember, I just do enough to cover the top of it. Just a light dusting of the top. I use my Tony's, I love Tony's. You can use Slap Your Mama. I have Slap Your Mama or Patent a Pot for low sodium. I'm gonna use some onion powder, garlic powder, and then also some little bit of cayenne in there. Now, use as much as you want of the cayenne. Remember, my rotel was hot, so I don't want to put too much heat. I do like a lot of heat, but I don't want to be so hot where I won't be able to eat it. So get this turned around. We're gonna taste test it a little bit, see what my seasonings are, and then we're gonna add our seafood. Seafood does not take a long time to cook, so you don't add it too soon. We do want to let this cook for probably about an hour or so, just to get all those flavors instilled in there. I will add a few of my crab in here so I can get the crab taste into my juice as well. And then I had some crabs in my freezer, some blue crabs that I had crab boil. I actually had some that were live, and I just kind of boiled them enough to kill them. It sounds cruel, I know, I'm sorry, Peter. But just enough to get them dead, and that way I could peel them and then put them in the freezer, and then they'll fully cook in my gumbo. But it's gonna add so much flavor. If you don't have whole crabs, just go ahead and use some crab meat that you can buy at the store. So let me get this on, let me get this stirred and seasoned up, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got my crabs out. Look at that, look how pretty that is. Oh, the angels sing. Well, I was in my freezer, I also saw that I had some crawfish claws. I think I'm gonna throw some of that in there too. I'm gonna throw that in pretty early so I can get all those juices sit in there. But all the juices from the crawfish balls can go into my gumbo as well. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-crack some of my claws just so the juices can get in there a little bit. Oh, I don't want to break it too much now. So I don't want that meat to get out, but I want to break it enough just to where it's gonna get some of that juice inside that claw meat. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Let me get this done. But right now, I think I'm gonna put in my, look at that ball. Ooh, got my facial. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my crawfish claws in here and get that flavoring, that gravy. God, it smells so good. You can't tell this fat man nothing. This is gonna be so good. I tell you what. All right, it's been cooking for about an hour. Let's go ahead and taste test it. Let's see, we're gonna put our crabs in it in just a second. I'm gonna go and double dip with the spoon, sorry. Oh my Lord, that's good. You can't, That crab ball adds so much of a flavor to this. Those little, I'm gonna call these little lanyap crawfish claws because I wasn't gonna put these in, but these right here, my little lanyap, little gift from heaven above on the idea to put that in there. So now I'm gonna do is get my crab claws, go ahead and put those in there, and get this to start infusing that flavor of crabs and into that juice. Our shrimp will not take long at all, so we're gonna add that last. But we're gonna go ahead and cook this probably for another 30, maybe 40 minutes with this new crab in here. And I could just dump all this in there, but I got some water in there that I don't wanna put in there. So let's put all the little crabs in here and get this to stirring. Look at this, I'm telling you, look at that. What? This is gonna be so freaking good. I'll be back. All right, remember those pretty shrimp yesterday I got from Gulfport Seafood out in Hermitage? Fresh seafood. Look, these beautiful shrimp. I'm gonna go ahead, I've drained them because remember we had them soaking in that water with the seasonings. I've drained them. I'm gonna put them in my gumbo now. Ooh. All right, this has been cooking for about 30 minutes and it smells absolutely wonderful. I'm telling you, you just can't tell this fat man nothing and my light just went out. Ugh. Anyway, all right, so now we're gonna put this shrimp in here. Now this shrimp is only gonna take roughly about 10 minutes to cook. You just want them to be pink and opaque, so it doesn't take long. I'm not gonna put the lid back on it. My mom never did. For some reason she said that it makes the shrimp rubbery, but I think overcooking it makes the shrimp rubbery. But let's put this in here with our crab and a little lanyap of crawfish claws. All right, let me wash my hands real quick. Be right back. All right, wash my hands. Now we're gonna just stir this in. As you can see, some of that shrimp is already turning pink. I'm gonna stir this in, get this all nice and mixed together. And let this just cook basically from the heat of the gumbo. It's not gonna take long. And then we'll be ready to, what? Plate this up. You heard me right. Be right back. You know what time it is now. Can't tell this fat man nothing. It is time to manger and plate this sucker up. All right. Get you a nice gumbo bowl like this. You need a gumbo ladle like that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just put a big heaping spoon in my bowl like that. Get some of that crab, that shrimp, and those little lanyap crawfish claws. Get a nice little soup in there looking like that. All right. Next thing we need is some rice. I made some rice earlier in my microwave like I normally do. Gonna put that in there. And then I like my potato salad in my gumbo. You're like, what? Potato salad in your gumbo? Yes. Potato salad in my gumbo, just like that. And then I get me a cracker. And that's how I eat my gumbo. Just like that. Oh, it's so good. Sprinkle some white onions to top that off. Another cracker with the shrimp. Oh, so good. So tonight I'm Can't Tell Fat Man Nuthin, smothered shrimp, crab, and okra gumbo. And there's my crab. Take that. It should be easy to peel. Some meat right there. Catch you till next time. Bye.